Yes, friends, what's going on? Welcome on back to the channel, Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that, and welcome on back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's been said about Chelsea so much. Of course, there's the double Dutch still waiting to happen, Hato and Simmons. Boys going off to Strasbourg. Felix going to Al Nassr. Al Nassr also wanting Cucurella. No, go away. Go away. Big speculative news, of course, Donnarumma apparently leaving Paris Saint-Germain. Remember him? We stuck free past him in a final recently, and he got into a fight with our players. Should we sign him? Yes, please. We'll get into that as well. And some Fulham-related stuff. Raz Sterling, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. All dem man. So welcome on back. It's going to be a good one. Strap yourselves in. I'm very pleased to see you here, mate. Everyone's welcome here. So you certainly are. So thank you for liking and subscribing. We are on the glacial slow drip road to 200,000 subscribers. I think we got over 100. What have we got right now? You know what, mate? As I'm talking to you, I'm going to check. So, you know, at time of recording, where I can't even speak. 197,247 subscribers. Incroyable. So you're welcome to become part of the gang by subscribing. Right. Are you ready? Let's do it. So, where to start? Well, first of all, boys off to Strasbourg. Mike Penders, the goalkeeper, the prodigy, the next big thing in goalkeeping, of course, 20-odd years old. He will travel to Austria on Monday. Heck, that's today, as a new Strasbourg player on loan. I guess they're over there. Next off is Kendry Pires. Of course, there's talks of Ishe Samuel Smith. I don't know what that is as well. But, you know, they'll be very good, Strasbourg. They'll be good developmentally, of course. Mamadou Sarr's going back there as well. They're going to be a solid team. Of course, they're playing in Europe. And it is an interesting watch from afar, of course. Our fates are linked intrinsically. Of course, we are trying to get over the line a couple of Dutch superstars as well. Xavi Simons and Hato both want the Chelsea move. Chelsea and Ajax are in direct contact again today. The player only wants Chelsea. Hato, he's been removed from the Ajax team. He's trying to get the deal over the line. It's personal terms have been agreed. The only issue is, of course, the transfer fee, which will get done. I'd sort of put the farm on that being done, personally. I think Chelsea originally wanted to pay like £35 million. I think they probably wanted an extra 10 million, maybe even 15 million more. Probably meet somewhere in the middle. He will represent rotational backup options for both Levi Colwill and Marc Cucurella. More on him in just a moment, which is really, really important. So Chelsea probably don't want to go too crazy on a 19-year-old rotational player, but at the same time, he looks really, really appropriate for Maresca, the Chelsea project, so they don't want to lose the target, essentially. And we looked at his stats. His athleticism is excellent. His sprints, his passing stats are very good. He does look very appropriate for the Premier League. It'll be interesting to see how much left centre-back he plays and how much left-back he plays. But he'll be looking at Cucurella, you know, 8 years older than him. Of course, he won't want to... he won't expect to start over a European champion, a world champion in Cucurella, and he'll know we're in the Champions League, so plenty of options there. Xavi Simons, I think, also wants Chelsea. That's what the reports are suggesting. I don't think he's like Chelsea or nothing. I think he's convinced to go to Chelsea, and he's like, yeah, wicked, I'll be down. But I don't think necessarily he's closed the doors like what the reports are suggesting with Hato. Hato only wants Chelsea. But I do think both will get done, personally. And I, of course, will keep you guys posted and updated on all developments regarding that story. All right, so obviously this came out of nowhere. I reported on it yesterday, reacted on it. Al Nassr and Chelsea have all signed the documents for Joao Felix's permanent transfer. It's an immediate 30 million euros, but Chelsea are confident they'll get 55 million euros in the deal. It's got add-ons and a big sell-on clause, which is really interesting because he's only there for 2 years. Now, I think he's there only for 2 years because after 2 years, you don't have to pay tax on your Saudi earnings. That's coincidence, isn't it? I think maybe, I'm speculating and guessing, allegedly, whatever else I need to say. He's going there. He's going to make them peas. He's going to play with, like, his, you know, Portuguese legend and international teammate Cristiano. And then, you know, he could return and he would have only just turned 27. You know, like, but the thing is, it's such a weird situation because his stocks are low. I think the first, like Matt Law was saying on the London is Blue pod, his first 6 months at Chelsea on his return weren't actually that bad. And I tend to agree. It's the Milan loan that was an absolute disaster. So, like, he's not going to go to Al Nassr and, like, raise his profile for a big European transfer. Maybe it's basically he was going to go to Benfica, get his homecoming, but he was like, actually, let me go do 2 years Al Nassr, play with Cristiano before he retires, make loads of money, and then I'll get the homecoming, and I'll still only be 27 years old. Maybe. Look, we can talk about Joao Felix in the future and look back and about what have been. I do think he's a very, very, like, wicked talent, great to watch. It's just one of those things, you know, Jorge Mendes, Conor Gallagher, deal brokering for the Atletico Madrid situation. We haven't lost out. In fact, we would have made a little bit of money on him. He did make a small contribution, a notable contribution into winning the Conference League. Bit of profit. Not a disaster, you know. He's a hipsters player. He's the one that got away. He's football's orphan. He's Joao Felix. Right, sticking on Al Nassr, I don't know how credible these reports are, but goal.com I'm referencing here. Cristiano Ronaldo tells Al Nassr to sign another Chelsea star after agreeing the deal for Joao Felix, and this is Marc Cucurella. So Marca journalist, this is coming from Jose Felix Diaz, reports that Ronaldo wants Cucurella to join Al Nassr. And the deal could eventually rise to 50 million. This is Cucurella, sorry. This is not Cucurella. This is Joao Felix. Additional selling clause. So, yes, this reporter, I mean, it's a journalist saying Ronaldo wants Al Nassr to sign Chelsea star Cucurella. Now, I bet he does. He's a really good freaking player. Al Nassr aren't the super team in Saudi. It's Al Hilal. Everyone loved Al Hilal. Al Hilal did really well in the Club World Cup. They eliminated Manchester City. They shocked everyone. They win titles. Al Nassr aren't that team. So he stayed. He's signed for another year or two, however long it is. Ronaldo, he's 40 now. He gets Joao Felix. He's like, right, give me Cucurella. Let's us start getting good players now so we can win. Look, mate. Maybe he's thinking, because Cucurella's just turned 27, he's thinking, he's too old for Chelsea. He's 27. He can't play for Chelsea. He's 27 now. He's got to go. He's too old. Yeah, Cucurella's, like, been amazing for us this last year. He's not going anywhere. It'd be mental to sell him, right? Because when people talk about the untouchables, the untouchable list, which is the vogue talking point for Chelsea, we're a trading club. We make money, but provided we still win trophies and don't sell Cole Palmer and Caicedo, a lot of Chelsea fans will stomach it. Maybe not too much, but the untouchables are Palmer, Caicedo, maybe Cole will, because they think he can get really, really good, and he's got that leadership academy link. Like, it starts to, you know, and obviously the new boys and Steval. Unless, you know, but I just, what happens if Al Nassr wave £80 million under Chelsea's nose for Cucurella? Surely you just can't sell him. Anyway, it's just one key to saying it. Let's move on. Right. Let's keep this train going, baby. Right. Donnarumma, Scarface, Tutto Bene, goalkeeper. Was Milan's first choice goalkeeper at 15 or 16 years old, I forget. One of those. He's a giant, he's really big. He fluctuates from looking like the best goalkeeper on the world to being on fraud watch. He was amazing in the Champions League. He was slapped up 3-0 in a Club World Cup final, courtesy of Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer. He got into a scrap with a wild man, and now he's leaving PSG and has been linked with other clubs. So, publication Repubblica, which is Italiano, looks like, is saying Gianluigi Donnarumma, who, by the way, is 26 years old. He's been around as a first-team, high-profile goalkeeper for a decade. For a decade, he's been around, yeah? And goalkeepers, he can go for another decade. He could have a 20-year career. And his best years might be in front of him now. The next 10 years might be better than his previous 10 years. Right. So he's got a year left on his deal at PSG, yeah? So his contract expires in 2026, the summer. So he's got 1 year left. Lots of interest in him. Galatasaray, unsurprisingly. Saudi clubs, unsurprisingly. Manchester United. I mean, obviously they'd be interested because they've got friggin' what's-his-face, Onana. Manchester City... Even Chelsea are considering it, ... Why is it like even Chelsea? Why can't we be above Man United? Even Chelsea. Man City have just signed Trafford, right? For a significant fee. It looks like... Is Edison gone now? Has he gone to Saudi? He's been chasing that bag for ages. He might have finally got out there. Let's talk about Donnarumma. Look. A couple of weeks ago, yeah... Well, let's just say 2 or 3 weeks ago, if someone said to you, you could go into next season with Donnarumma instead of Rob Sanchez, you would have been like ripping the hands off whoever said that. Donnarumma has just won the quadruple. He's won the European Championships. Trust me, I know. It came at the pain of an Englishman. I'm sitting right here. And he's super high profile. He's a name. He's a year younger than Rob Sanchez, despite being around at the highest level forever. If you said to me, look, we did just stick free past him. Look, let's not pretend like he's like some god Donnarumma. He can have howlers. He can proper chuck one in as well. Let's not forget that. And trust me, you just know as soon as he's in the Chelsea shirt, you'll be reminded of that fact. Like, oh yeah. But also... He's a monster shot stopper. He does have weaknesses, though. There'll be... Look, just from the eye test, despite being an absolute effing giant, he does not command his box well, which is peculiar. You'd think a guy so big in the area would be just like the ruler of the 18-yard box, but he doesn't command it well at all. He is amazing at making saves, and despite being so big, he's kind of like Rob Sanchez, and being big, he can get down very low. But he'll do saves that you just think, oh, how's he done that? Like, he's a superstar. And look, he's not great with his feet. So straight away, you're thinking, well, what is he just like he's just like a Rob Sanchez deluxe. I don't know. It depends which way you look at it and how you feel about it. He's an amazing player. He's an amazing goalkeeper. I think it would be very exciting. Yeah. Also, have we learned a little bit from Enzo Maresca that he's willing to alter how he plays slightly? I know and how he played against PSG in the final. He probably still wants the goalkeeper to play with his feet. But would Donnarumma want to come to Chelsea? Maybe. He's won it all with PSG, literally, now. He's won titles, he's won the Champions League, he's won everything. He'll probably see Chelsea as an exciting project. Look, living in Paris is great, living in London is great. If he wants to go, if he's heading towards an exit, it's either his choice or PSG. If it's more of a PSG choice, like, would like to move you on, then he might be like, oh, okay, fine. I'll go to Chelsea, they're pretty cool. Or if he's like, nah, I'm done here, I'm going to go try something else. You'd almost prefer the latter, because it means he's not getting pushed out for having weaknesses. The thing is, 12 months left on this deal, right? It's a Mike Maignan thing, isn't it? Like, I think Chelsea would offer, because Mike Maignan's 30, he's not 26. Chelsea would offer more money for Donnarumma than they would Mike Maignan. And of course, Donnarumma's just literally won the quadruple and got to a Club World Cup final. Got slapped by Chelsea. But you know what I mean? So, like, Chelsea might be like, yeah, we'll give you 40 million. You know, because we offered like 10 million for Mike Maignan. Maybe we'd be like, you can have 40 million for Donnarumma with 12 months left on this deal because he's Donnarumma. Do you know what I mean? Would Donnarumma want to join? Maybe. Of course, the situation and the issue would be wages. He'll have to take a wage cut. Maybe he'll be willing to, Because maybe he thinks, yeah, I'll go play for Chelsea for 3 years, then go to Saudi, make loads of money. I've just made loads of money, Qatari money at PSG. I can chill for a little bit in London, still make great money at Chelsea. And maybe, you know, obviously money's big in football, but he will make lots of money. He's made lots of money in his career. He's been making money since he was 16 years old. You know, he's been making PSG money for time. He'll probably think in his 30s, he'll go to Saudi Arabia and make insane money again. I'm speculating here. Maybe he thinks, all right, I'll go chill with Chelsea for a few years until they want to bring Penders through. And, you know, fine. This is such a theoretical situation I've made up there. But it could happen. Right, let's bring it on home and land in a faraway town. Or the same town in Fulham. Technically, he's in Fulham and Putney. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, I had a brain fart there. It is in Putney. So Fulham's in Putney and Chelsea's in Fulham, which is the funny switch around thing. Anyway, they are looking at Chelsea players. We've spoken about Raheem the Dream potentially going there, being able to stay in his house with his family in London, having to probably take a significant wage cut, Chelsea having to subsidise wages, but still being able to play a lovely little stadium called the Cottage down the road, playing high-profile Premier League football. It could work for him. Of course, we know he's got suitors in Italia, Napoli being one. I wish Conte would just come and grab him. He could go and try and win Scudettos, play in the Champions League. Hopefully a permanent transfer could be done. He knows, you know, De Bruyne playing there, of course. There's a couple of other Premier League mandem there. So I think he should probably go there if possible, but it's really essentially just getting the problem sorted. We've got Joao Felix sorted really well, really well financially, which was a massive boon to this transfer window, which is turning out to be an absolute corker. As soon as the Sterling situation is sorted, it's like, fine. Could be a bit more laissez-faire with how we sort out the Nkunku scenario. It looks like also they're very interested in Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Chelsea don't want to loan him, which is fine. But they're not open. Fulham reportedly are open to buying him. Now, Chelsea want over the money they spent on him, which again is the position they take. You got to respect it. They take such a firm position on all these players. Kieran Dewsbury Hall cost £30 million, which is a significant transfer fee for outside Big Six clubs, or say even Big Eight. Fulham have money, but 30 million is massive for them still. We'd want over it. Granted, he won the Club World Cup and the Conference League, but as a bit part player. It's still a Chelsea bit part player. He's in his prime. I thought if we got over 20 million, I'd be very happy. If we get the money, 30 million, I think realistically get the money back that we paid for him, 30 million, which would represent not a transfer loss, and it would represent a minor book profit. That would be great, and it'd probably be worth it for Fulham. I think he could ball out. He's a good player, and he deserves to go and be a starter at Premier League level somewhere, because he's a great guy. And I'm not totally averse to keeping him, to be honest, because he seems to be like a good citizen as a rotational option, but he deserves to go start somewhere, I think. And then we could just bring in, I don't know, academy players to play that kind of bit part role. And to be honest, you know, we've got like Santos now and other players that can play in that inside pocket like Stevau and all these other men. So, guys, let me know what you think. We're going to bring it on home now. Thank you for joining me. Keep it locked. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Everyone's welcome, and also daily content on the second channel, Football Yannick. If you enjoy my content and you want the non-Chelsea opinions, they're all on Football Yannick. Just search Football Yannick on YouTube. I'm over 19,000 subscribers now, so I'm delighted with the progress on over there. So please do go show your love and support and drop a sub on the second channel. Right, keep it locked. See you back here soon. Peace.